Hello, I'm Chris. This is Gross Models. Welcome to issue 96 of Building Ironman. The end approaches. In this issue, we're going to be doing some more work with the alternate abdomen and finally getting the legs and the hips together. So we go back to parts that we haven't used for months and months and months. But first of all, the history of Iron Man, looking at the Infinity battling Thanos. Brotherhood, Black Bolt, I don't know who that is. Illuminati, I remember who they are. There we go. Stuff about that. You wondered what was worse than death, now you know. Here we go. Right, lots of building to do in this one, so I'm going to nip straight through all of it. We've got lots of parts in this issue, and we're going to be doing a little bit more with the abdomen, and then it's all about the hips. The hips don't lie. We've got to do lots of stuff and put things together and friction tight and make the hips, and then even put the legs. Look, it's pages and pages and pages of this part of the building, but we're going to end up with some groinal area with legs attached. I'm looking forward to getting all that done and getting the legs in one piece. So we'll skip through the CG version. Where is Iron Man? The cameos of Iron Man, continuing from what we were looking at last time, is in Fantastic Four and Death of Captain Marvel, Iron Fist, Eternals, and yeah, he's in quite a lot. War Machine, model number 9, obviously. The 9th incarnation of War Machine, they all look the same to me. The Iron Man do look different, but the War Machine, it just doesn't jump out at me as being wildly different. How many models are there? I don't know. You might be able to find out by reading those words. At some point, I'll read the words, but not today. So, yeah, it looks like there's at least 8. Well, they said this was 9 that we were just looking at, so it must be at least 9, really. But so, yes, next issue, building the pelvis for position C and D and assemble position A. I think A is just the standing straight upright. Can't remember, but yeah. And we're looking at Iron Man 3030, which is quite interesting. So let's get this ready and let's get these legs built. It's going to be a long one. Buckle in. All right. All the parts from this issue. So we've got parts that we're going to be using immediately and a couple of IP screws. This is the release button for this section of the armor. So this is the button which is going into there. Obviously got me from the inside, hasn't it? It's in there like that. So when you push that, that will release the clip on the inside, and that's being held in place with the spring and that, which has got to be that way up. We'll go over there, and 2 screws will hold that in place. 2 screws. I've already got out the IP screws. So let's get one of those in place. Then get the other one in place. Got to hold that in place as well. From there. Doesn't quite line up. It's got to be the right way round. That way didn't make it central. Interesting. Make sure you get it the right way round. That one goes in there. The other screw on the other side. In there. Making sure you get that the right way up. So the flat side is on the top. So it locates over those posts as it is. So that's that. And then that should be springy. Once that's in on the other end, that's going to just work like that. So this then needs to go onto, from last time, it's going on the back because it's going to be operating that, which is that spring clip inside there. That's all just lining up. The other way up, I'm sure. Yep. That way round. Side there. Curvy side there. Slotting together. So let's just test that. Yep, here we go. That's moving that as intended, even without it being fully in. So let's put that back where it should be. Line up these 2 long posts with those 2 posts there. A bit like that. Does that feel home? It feels almost there. Probably the screw. Ah, there we go. That feels a little bit better. That side doesn't though. Convinced that that side is actually lined up. Might be. It might just be the shaping that's not quite right. Let's see if screws are going to hold that in place. UP screws for that. There we go. That's those. Two of them. This feels like this one is right, so I'm pretty sure that's going to go into a hole okay. Yeah, that's good. Let's see if the other side does the same. That's a funny angle as well, isn't it? Go in that way. There we go. Is that tightening up? That is definitely tightening into a hole. So yeah, that feels okay as well. Let's get that tightened up. Lining that up a bit better. It's not 100%, but it's okay. And this side again, let's get that tightened. Again, not 100%. Might be that I haven't got something lined up right in there or on there. What do you think? It doesn't really say. Can't really tell. Might be that that is in the wrong place. Yeah, that shouldn't move like that, I'm sure. So I shall take some of this back out apart again. See if I can't line that up properly. I'll do that off camera though, so we can get that done. And when I come back, I'll show you what this looks like and make sure the other bit fits where it should and start on the hips. Yes, I didn't have it lined up quite right. The interior piece here, there's two slots that this bit needs to fit into, as well as that bit being, again, a slot that it needs to fit into. Once you get that in there, it fits so much better. So onto the back there, we have to pop the covers. Now I've got those tightened up. I'm happy to cover over those screw holes. So we'll cover that over with that. And that one over with that, mostly. If you get the angle right. Yeah, there we go. So that is that. I've pulled back the waist piece just to show and see that it does actually, clip together and fit nicely. So I'm not sure about the shape. It feels a bit wrong. It's sort of not quite right, but that's how it should be. That's how it is, and that's how it will be. So that's that done. So I need to put that aside for now, and then bring in from a previous issue. These from 71 apparently. So I need to make sure they're correctly assembled. So yeah, I'm sure they are. I've got to place friction rings and things. That's not those. They're different. They haven't provided friction rings. Oh, that must be these. Right, there we go. Yep. So let's have a look. We've got one for each side, left and right. There's obviously the part on here needs to connect up, and other parts that we need from previous issues. I do like that I'm going down my bits box and pulling out things from a long time ago. We're going to be needing lots of old things, even that, and all these old bits we're going to be needing now. It's great. I don't know what bits I'm pulling out now, but I'm just pulling out old things, parts of legs that we haven't used for a long time. So yeah, I'm sure we're going to be getting to most. Well, I say most. It'll be all of them, won't it? We'll be using all of these bits. So yeah, I'll get a lot of them out. I'm sure it's not all of them. There are some other parts still in here. Got to be sent. That's got to be something central crotch related, isn't it? So yeah, let's get those out for now. There's a couple of other bits in there as well from various sides. While I'm here, let me get them out of the box and see if we're going to use them. That is pretty much, apart from big piles of spare screws, all the loose parts that we've got. So what's happening? This is going onto there. Are these different? I'm sure they are. It's got an R on it. Which was this? This was left. So that was right. That's there. Move them out of the way. Going to be using these as well. So these are going into there. Not screws or anything to hold that in place. And that's going onto there. So we've got 3 on one side, 2 on the other, and a pin to go in the middle. Doesn't feel like that's going to tighten up, but I think that was the same on the last one, wasn't it? Yeah, it was the same last time. It didn't feel like it was going to hit properly with the arms, wasn't it? I remember now. So let's get some KP screws for those because we're going to be using that. LPGP KP. There's 4 on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 more. We'll make 8. Back over there. We've got that one to do over here as well. Screwdriver there. Right, let's get these done. I'll do one and then do the other one off camera because it's all duplicating, so it doesn't need to be seen. Yeah, without that in there, it doesn't hold at all. So you do need that in there, and then you need to tighten it properly. Get that there, pin round that side, middle, pin, located. I feel like I want to push the pin in, but it feels like it doesn't really want to line up. So let's try getting a screw in instead. Screw's going to go through this hole here into that back bit. Oh, that's missed the screw hole completely. This is going to be fun. Great fun. All the fun of the fair. Can't wait to see Fox do this bit. This will be fun. Especially after I've done it and I know it works. So yeah, that one goes in there. I'm only going to put that in a few turns. No point in tightening that up yet. Tighten it up to make sure it holds tightly and securely. But first of all, we'll get all the other screws in. One's going to go there. Feel it? Doesn't feel like that's a screw hole. No, it's off center now as well, so that's not right. It's got to be that way a little bit more. Feels better. Again, get that in a few screws. That already feels tight and secure. Happy with that. Quite a long post for whatever to fit onto that. I assume that this is going to be the bit that the leg fits onto, and the big plate is going to be the central part for the groinal area. But I could easily be wrong. It's happened before, once or twice. Right. Yeah, it says screw them all in firmly, so I will. But working my way around, not just putting one in and tightening it all the way down. Tighten them down a few turns each and rotate around. We'll get into the next one. Go around a couple of times to get them all done. There we go. That one on there. One there. I think that might be the last one. Yep, that looks okay to me. So let's just see. Is that going to even move? Really not. Yeah, I'm going to loosen those all off just a touch. Probably one of those things that once it wears in a little bit, you might need to get it back apart and tighten it up again. But for now, I don't want to break off the post. I'm trying to move it. There we go. I'm going to loosen that a little bit more than that as well. Just another quarter turn each. Still very, very tight, but moves. So I'm happy with that. I'll leave that like that for now. Right, let me get the other one done. Exactly the same. Oh, then it does need that. I was right. That needs to come into play between the two of them. That's going to be like that. Shiny armor piece. Somewhere around there. Oh, two posts going like that. So let me get that done and get those together. They're just going together with LP screws, so you don't need to see that. So let me get that done. I shall see you in just a moment. Right, that's all together and working. They're very tight. Very, very tight. I might loosen them off just a little bit more. Really don't want to cause any problems down the line with it being far too stiff. I know these are the hips, but I also know that the stand has a support for the body, so it's not really taking the full weight. So yeah, I'm happier with that. That one's a bit stiffer than that. I'll loosen that off just a touch. Just a little bit. Maybe just one side a little bit. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'll leave that like that. This bit, I've put some double-sided tape on those two little posts as instructed. I shall take the cover off of the tape. Thusly. And then that goes into here. Got to get the right way up. It'll only really fit one way up on it. Got to be that way, isn't it? With the bit that joins up down there. Not really to, yeah, it's got to be that way. That is that way round. So that will just force itself into there, and the tape will hold it securely in place. So that's that. Then we need to fit to these. These are the hip pieces from way back when. Does it say when it was? Issue 52. So these bars are going to fit into those. Is it that way around, or it's that one that's going on the back? And that one is going to be that way round, or is it that way round? Oh, they make it so ambiguous. It could be either way. I can't really tell. Pretty sure it's that way round. That will go into there. Are these shaped so they won't go the wrong way? Yeah, it won't fit that way around. It's got to be that way around. Right, there we go. So yes, that goes into there. Like that. Fit the front arm cover, fit the tab in the bearing ring and the hole in the hip cover. Yeah, I've done that bit. It's going to fit through there, is it? So this has got to go through there. Over the top there. And then, yeah, we've got 3 fixing points for this. One there, one at the top there, and one through there. So what are these using? GP, KP, and KP. Fine, there's a GP. Need one of those for the big bit at the bottom. And once again, once this is done, I shall, KP, that's the other two. I shall do the other side exactly the same without, boring you with doing that as well. And we'll see how it all looks. So this is going through there. Hold that on there quite nicely. On through the top there as well. In there. That's it. And then fit the hip joint cover. And that's, oh, this is the hip joint cover. Right, okay. I thought that was the bit that goes on the outside. These bits. But apparently not yet. That's that. Let's get that one through there. Then we'll see how that feels. Now I've got a bit more to move it against. It's still very stiff, but movable. I'm happy with that. So that is that. Then it says do the other side exactly the same. Yep. And then fit these on. So these are hopefully marked as an R. So that's actually just the friction fit. It pops in thicker tab, a thinner one obviously at the top, and that just goes over that post in the middle. And that is that. Right, let me turn the camera off, do the other side, and then we'll see how that looks together. So that's that all together, and they do move. I wouldn't say too easily, but they move. I'm happy with how that's joined up and working. I don't know about the orientation of them yet, as to if this should be round up or down, but anyway. Now we need to fit some more friction discs. These are felty, um, self-adhesive, apparently. I get the backing off of it with a pair of tweezers. It says remove the backing. Doesn't say how. Come on, you know you just want to get the backing off of this. There we go. So backing from there, then that sticks over the ring like so. I'll do the other one again behind the scenes. And then we need to bring in the legs, or at least one of them, because I'm only doing one on camera. Same, because it's exactly the same on the other one. So this is the leg. This is the left leg, which is the one that I'm fitting onto here. First of all, we're going to fit this into here. I don't know why we didn't do this a long time ago, but that just fits onto there like that. Gives us another point of articulation for the hinging and everything else. Really don't know why we didn't do that when we built the leg, but there we go. That's that now. Almost finished. This is then going to go onto here. Right, let's see. Left leg, left leg. That's going to go into the, it fits into the nice little groove. That's easy. That goes in there. Then we need this bit that we've been playing around with for a long time and not done anything with. The other side of that. I pop a thing on there. I did. I just popped in the outer shell of that, which we don't need quite yet. Get that again lined up into the grooves like that. Nice. So that fits. That gives us a little bit of rotation, but not very much. Any more? No, that's probably about the right amount of rotation. I'm quite happy with that. That goes on there. We need GP screws for that. That's why there's a huge bag of GP screws. Four GP screws for that. What have we got? What looks like screw holes? Oh, I'll just bring that off there again. That's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not those two at the back. Okay. Back together like that. One there. The instructions are all backwards because it says right. I'm doing the left leg first. That's why everything's sort of reversed for me. I got a little bit panicked then, but it's all good. Just picked the left because that was the leg that was closest to me. So that is that. Shall obviously get these all tightened up momentarily as well. There we go. So this is obviously one leg very nearly completed. There's another bit to play around with some double-sided tape looking ahead. We've got there, which is one of these. That's right, so that's not the one I want. I want left here. So let's pull off a tape tab for that. This sticks on there. Don't want the rubbish inside it. That's good around there. It's got holes in it like they intended to screw it on, but then changed their mind. So, yeah. Well, I've got 2, so there's probably 2 for the other side and 1 spare down the line. You mess one up, I'll only give you 1 spare. That's a little bit stingy. Got plenty of other bits of double-sided tape from the lights and the base and things. I had lots of spares from that, so it's not a problem. From there, peel off the other side. One and that one. Go. Now this goes on the front. Back. On the back. That way up. It was the wrong way up, but it isn't. The shaping does match up with everything else. So that goes into those 2 little slots. Move that a little bit. Get in there. Not quite right there though. Am I happy about that? Can't see it because the picture doesn't show you with that there. So I do need to push that a little bit further in, but that doesn't really line up with that bit at the top. Am I 100% sure I've got that the right way around? Yes, it has to be that way around. Not going to work any other way around. So if I can rotate that now. So much. Right, I'm going to go and double check to make sure I've got these hips on the right sides, because I'm thinking I might have messed that up. Shaping of this, maybe. I'm not entirely certain. I think I might have my left and my right mixed up. I'll find out. I'll come back and show you how it works once I've done it. Okay, yes, I did make a mess up, but it wasn't the mess up I thought I had. I got the left and the right correct. It was the front and the back that I got confused between. This is not crotch area. This is butt area. The front of the legs does have the lumpy bit on it, which is why it wasn't lining up properly. So yeah, that was over here facing that way. So now I have recorrected that. That bit pops in there better now, and there's room for some rotation. So that's on there. That plate pops on there as well. Is that next though? Let's just check. And over some pages. So no, it doesn't say to do that next. It says to put the front panel on first. So this goes on the front. Another bit that we've had forever. That goes on there and is actually held in place with a couple of screws. IP screws on that are here. I'll get 4 of them out, and I'll need 2 for the other one in a little while. So that goes through there like that, and the other one through the top like that. Go. And then yes, we pop this over there into the holes down the bottom. It's real strange doing the gold next to the gold. I thought there would have been, a red bit there, but there isn't. Wrong one. I got the wrong one. Still doing the left leg. This is the bit that lines up over there. Like that. There we have that. Then it says do the left leg. And then pop that bit on. Let's pop that bit on. So now we have, once that goes home, a bit like that. I've got to correct that a little bit and loosen that. That's not a problem. There we have a leg connected to the groin. I need to do the same for the other leg with all the other bits that I've got here, which will take but a moment. And then that will be done. So I'll show you it when it's completed, when the legs are done anyway. And there we have it. The legs are now completed, all put together, all tidied up, and indeed working. So yeah, they move, they hinge, they stand. Do they stand? I haven't tried standing. Yeah, they stand. There you go. So the hips do move. One's a little bit tighter than the other, which is fine. That's the way normal hips are. One's always tighter than the other. So that is that. I'm very happy to announce that it's getting there. Next time we do a bit more of the waisty bit, and we get to install everything. We get to put the body onto the legs and finish him off. He's not finished because we've still got the alternate poses to sort out, but mostly finished off. So thank you very much for joining me on this. I shall see you very shortly for the next bit. Exciting times ahead. See you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye bye for now.